time to check in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who is also the editor of CoinDesk's The State of Crypto newsletter. Hello there, Nick.
Hey, good morning.
So U.S. congressmen are reintroducing a bill to support investors with forked crypto assets. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so this is Congressman Tom Emmer. He's been a longtime crypto proponent in Capitol Hill. He reintroduced a bill that he's introduced a couple times now about basically asking the IRS to clarify how it handles forked assets, basically trying to minimize the tax burden on U.S. Residents who might otherwise end up, paying twice as much as they should be on their crypto holdings.
Nick, what's going on with the FDIC? And I hear that there's some news from them.
Yeah, so last week I think we talked about Chair Jelena McWilliams saying that the FDIC was going to publish a request for information about how banks are handling digital assets and what, if anything, the FDIC should be doing. So that request for information came out yesterday, and it has a number of questions dealing with issues from deposit insurance to supervision to compliance concerns, basically giving the general public in the U.S. until July 16th to basically say, what are cryptos being used for on a bank level? Should the FDIC be looking at digital assets for banks? Is there an opportunity for regulated entities that fall within the FDIC's purview to be able to safely handle digital assets and maintain their, FDIC insurance? This is just the first step. They're just asking questions at this point. But I think the bigger significance here is that now we have the FDIC, the Fed, and the OCC all basically, saying, hey, we see that crypto is a thing. We see that regulated financial institutions are getting in on this. And we want to know, how to get further involved and to make sure things stay safe for consumers.
Nick, we've got the FDIC doing things. You mentioned Tom Emmer's bill. Yesterday we talked about Cynthia Lummis's bill. It does seem like there's a flurry of activity in Washington right now around new legislation with regards to crypto and digital assets. What might be behind this?
Yeah, I think part of it is just the fact that, there has been this bull market over the last couple of months, but even beyond that, during the last bear market cycle, people were kind of building out this technology and trying to create new use cases. And a lot of that really, drew public attention from DeFi summer last year to all these, NFT projects that are now kicking off. I think lawmakers do see this as something that has to be addressed at some point or another, and there are enough lawmakers now in Congress who are familiar with crypto that they're adding these things to bills or writing bills entirely about crypto and getting them passed. So yeah, I think this is the first time. This is just me speculating. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we're about to see both the Senate pass a bill that creates a crypto digital asset, digital ledger priority, as well as the House pass a bill earlier this year that seeks to try and clarify how digital assets are treated by the SEC and CFTC. Yeah, two separate bills, but both passed by one House of the Congress.
On one side of the coin, China has banned financial institutions and payment companies from providing services related to cryptocurrency transactions, and also warned investors against speculative crypto trading. On the other side of the coin, the United States government, for example, U.S. congressmen reintroduced a bill with tax protections for investors with forked crypto assets. And this is Republican Tom Emmer out of Minnesota. What's up, YouTube community? Welcome to InvestDesk, your number one channel for crypto research, daily news, updates, and forecasts. My name is Syed, and we are going to talk about a very, very important laws that are coming in the future that's going to protect crypto investors. That is an exciting news. Again, on one hand, we're talking about a flip side of the coin, of course, China cranking down on Bitcoin. And of course, on the other hand, part of the world, of course, the US, for example, where we're looking at more and more legislation coming out of the Congress. Let's dive deeper and take a look at the impacts of cryptocurrency and, of course, any other altcoin moving into the future. We know that the markets are down because of this big China news, because it was China's latest attempt to clamp down on what was burgeoning digital trading market. So under this Chinese ban, such institutions, including banks and online payment channels, for example, they must not offer clients any services involving cryptocurrency. including registration, trading, clearing, settlement, and all of these things, right? So the recent crypto prices, of course, has its own impact. They have plummeted, and of course, speculative trading of cryptocurrency has rebounded, seriously infringing on the safety of people's property and, of course, disrupting all the national, or normal rather, economic and financial order. And that's really what is happening with crypto. The crypto adoption, the industry is growing exponentially from, let's say, back in January, it was only like 400 billion. And now today it's over 2.5 trillion, almost reaching $3 trillion. So China has banned crypto exchanges and initial coin offerings, but has not barred individuals from holding cryptocurrencies. And this is an important piece of the information or data that people don't really, sometimes they miss out on this, right? And that's important because it's not really a ban. If you hold cryptocurrency, you can trade on any other exchanges, but not in China, for example, right? So there are many other alternatives. It's just like saying, all right, we are going to ban the internet, right? We are going to ban the blockchain. It's not possible because it's not regulated and it's not owned by any specific country. So we have the United States, of course, the Congressman Tom Emmer, it's a Republican out of Minnesota. He first presented the safe harbor for taxpayers with Forked Asset Act in 2018, by the way, right? So this is like way back in 2018 when this bill was presented to protect the taxpayers with forked asset. By forked asset, we means, of course, GitHub is the code and we fork the code and then we create, of course, all these crypto assets. It's reusable code, essentially, right? And then again, the bill was introduced in 2019 to address what critics have viewed as a gap in the IRS, Internal Revenue Service approach to taxing income derived from hard forks. So I'm not going to go through the actual bill, but I'll place a link in the description. You can take a look at that if you need to. But in October 2019, the IRS said any new cryptocurrency generated by hard forks, when blockchain, what is a hard fork basically? When you split the blockchain into two networks, right? And each has its own, each with a native asset. And that would count as taxable income. I don't know. Tell me about it. That's the IRS, and that's how they did it, right? So basically, any new crypto generated by hard forks, when the blockchain splits, that's what the meaning of hard fork is. It's treated as a native asset, right? So the IRS determination followed a letter earlier that year, basically, from the Republican Tom Emmer and other lawmakers, and basically asking the agency to clarify its policies on cryptocurrency. Kind of makes sense. So basically, the Republican said that the latest IRS guidance has unfairly punished, and that's what he said, right? It's really unfair punishment to, of course, investors in the crypto world, because this particular congressman is very, very proactive, and he's for, of course, newer technologies and innovations. And that's how the world works, guys. How can we contain? But anyways, that's my personal thought. I'll get back to you on one of the other videos, but I want to focus here on this particular topic here. All right, so basically, the IRS guidance has unfairly punished those investing in an emerging technology. What has been issued by the IRS so far is not practical, right? And that's the bottom line. So, of course, the congressman is trying to lobby and, of course, create a task force on financial technology. And, of course, you just kind of forward with the emerging technologies. Now, in addition, the other part of the world, like we talked about China, right, cranking down on Bitcoin. That's why we see the entire crypto going down, because Bitcoin has gone down, right? And we talked about the US trying to protect the investors so that out of the forked assets, and of course, there's still a debate going on, and still the industry remains to be regulated at large, but exchanges are going public at the same time. The SEC is accepting all these crypto exchanges, so it's not going anywhere. That's for sure. It's just something for a little while that we see the market down, and perfect time to, of course, as I always say, buy the dip, right? And we all say that. All right, the other part of the world I want to mention here is Ukraine is a country that's a leader in global crypto adoption, but it isn't crypto's favorite jurisdiction yet through the countries trying to change this, right? So Ukraine is one of the most active crypto nations in the world, by the way. If you didn't know, now you know. And it's striving to be a dream jurisdiction for crypto businesses. Similarly, like in the US, for example, a recent law was passed in Kentucky where the governor just, said that, hey, if you want to mine crypto coins, it's free electricity. All right, so this is one of them recently passed, and I think I did a stream on that too. If you want to go check that out, that'd be super, super cool. All right, so Ukraine, as the most active crypto nation, so legislators and the local crypto community are working together on a package of laws that would write crypto into the country's legal system. And basically what that would do is open the banks for crypto startups and offer a simple procedure for tax reporting. And recently we've seen Africa, for example, the entire continent, and countries in West Africa like Senegal, Akon is already creating a crypto city, for example. A coin also coming up as a cryptocurrency. SafeMoon is in Gambia, right? Talking to the Gambian. We saw the interview with the Gambian ambassador talking about the acceptance of SafeMoon as a cryptocurrency for the entire country, well over 2 million people. So what is happening? The entire global infrastructure, the fintech space, or the financial institutions, right, as we call it, for individuals, it's certainly changing. But we see the resistance, right? That's how I see it. This is my personal take, how I see it, as just a little bit of resistance from the global, for example, China, or sometimes the US. We do it here too sometimes. And that's not going to stop the blockchain technology, guys, because you cannot stop the internet, right? Yeah, no one owns the internet, no one owns the blockchain, no one owns its deregulated industries. So power to the people. And that's what democracy is. You can tax all you want. I did a video on Joe Biden's tax, something like that, right? You can tax, you can increase the tax. That's what the governments can do. But you can't say you can ban crypto and you can't use it. And I think it's just temporary. And what China also said, by the way, China has not banned crypto in a sense where you cannot hold crypto. You can hold crypto. But what does that mean? If you hold crypto, you can certainly trade crypto, but not maybe in China. You can trade it in a different exchange. And there are exchanges all across the globe. Let's talk about Bank of England, for example. So the Bank of England official, it's probable, right? The UK will launch a digital currency. I mean, we talked about that, I think, in the last week's stream. But more importantly, this is something that is inevitable, right? So a Bank of England official has spoken of the institution's plan to launch the UK central bank digital currency, CBDC. And they often call it Bitcoin, right? And in the US government is also working on a digital dollar, guys, with the MIT, and I've covered that in the other stream. So all of this is definitely here to stay. It is just a matter of time. We will pass through this, and that's why we see all the markets down. So that's my analysis on, of course, the US tax protection. I think we are going to get definitely protection from this bill. The Minnesota Republican Tom Emmer is a big advocate of emerging technologies. So I hope this helps. Just kind of wanted to lay this out. On one side of the coin, of course, we have the protection, protection for investors. And of course, the other side is always, we want to ban crypto. Like in India, they want to ban, but now they say, well, they don't want to ban it. They just want to regulate it. But at the same time, all these countries are coming up with their own digital currencies. Well, guess what, guys? It's just the picture sometimes is not clear to many of us, and that's how the markets react to it. So that's my take on it. Hope you like it. Make sure you like, and of course, comment and subscribe, because this is, or InvestDesk is, your #1 channel for cryptocurrency investing, daily news, updates, and forecasts. My name is Syed. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.